Us sisters, you know, I had a video about weaves and stuff. People were like, oh, you have braids in your hair. I'm talking about the human sacrifice hair off of someone else's scalp, okay? And we talk about spirits. Wow. Speaking about spirits, something is able to go right in to your temple. You're attaching it to your scalp. We're supposed to put on the helmet of salvation, but you putting on a helmet of somebody else's. Somebody that has sacrificed a false belief to a false idol.
Woman through deliverance in this area from wearing human hair. The hair was sacrificed to demons. Okay, the hair doesn't belong to you. It belongs to a person's genetic code, a person's genetic structure, a person's blood. But you want to pray over it and take it and put it on your head.
And then shipped it over here to us. And here we are sewing it onto our head. And if you know what haughty means, it means like, what? It's how we feel once we sew that hair on. It's like you're a whole different person. Up until you put on that hair, you feel average. But when you put on someone else's hair, a human hair, I'm not even talking about the synthetic hair. When you put on that human's hair, you feel like a new woman, you know? And some women won't even go outside without that human hair, okay? And let's just think about it, beloved. We're living in a nation where we have been shunned for our beauty. Why? Why? If our beauty was so horrible, why would our slave masters' wives be jealous of us and make us cover our heads?
In some plantations, enslaved women were not allowed to wear anything but scarves. Colonial Louisiana enacted the Tignon Law in 1786, which required black women to wear headscarves to make them less attractive to white men. The scarf was to be worn by the free and the enslaved black women to dehumanize all of them. Free black women often decorated theirs or used expensive fabric, and the Tignon briefly became a trend among white women, allegedly beginning with Napoleon Bonaparte's wife Josephine. The Tignon Law was no longer in effect after the U.S. took control of Louisiana in 1803, but
because their husbands were looking at us. So why would we have to cover our beauty? You see? And then we come to a nation that brought us here in slavery, all right? And then we turn around asinine, and we are looking like our oppressors' wives. And then we feel beautiful because they played so many mind games with us to make us feel that way. They wouldn't hire us with our natural beauty. And then if we snuck into a job looking like our oppressors' wives, and we decided to later wear our natural beauty, we were let go.
Copy their styles so that they could be, easily assimilated into social society.
So we got to think about that and just really like stare at yourself in the mirror one day, beloved, without your hair, and just see what is wrong. And we use an excuse, our hair is hard to deal with, when it takes 5 and 6 hours to sew on hair. Or it takes $500 or $600 to buy some human hair. And we won't take 5 or 6 minutes to spend fixing our natural hair. You know, there was one period of time when the men were like, I don't want a woman with fake hair. I don't want a woman that's fake. But now, it's like, I don't have no other choice. And I can't continue to blame the nation that we're in once we come into the enlightenment of, how we've been treated and programmed. Once you come into that realization, there's no more excuses as to why you're trying to beautify yourself. Psalms 149:4, it says, for the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify thee. He will beautify the meek with salvation. That is what we should be looking for, beloved. I even see female pastors, the first lady and second lady and all this with that hair. And I know that it was very costly, and I know that it's human. You can tell the human hair from the synthetic. And how are you giving the word of the Most High when he tells you to come out from her? To don't touch anything unclean. And we know that the heathens, the pagans, they are definitely unclean. They don't care about righteousness and cleanliness. And again, because they washed it with water, Spiritually, it is filthy. It is an abomination. And if we look at our hair, because I used to wear weaves too, and I never fully recovered. And that's why my edges, you know, are just coming in from years ago. Over 10 years. But I was haughty, and I was arrogant, and I was prideful, which the Most High hates. And if you are a woman of God, you need to get on your knees in prayer and ask the Most High to adjust you and fix you. But we've come so far now to where we're almost not going to turn back. We would rather oppose the Most High and please ourselves, please man, you know. So that is really sad. But I'm telling you, we better start fearing the Most High. And I don't mean, oh Lord, I'm scared. I mean giving him reverence. You really, truly are not loving yourself 100. You really are truly not loving yourself 100 when you only feel 100 when you have put on a false identity. When you're getting BBLs, when you're getting facelifts, you're getting breast lifts, you're getting tummy tucks, you're doing all these things to alter your beauty that the Most High gave you when he said you were fearfully and wonderfully made. Think about it, beloved. Fearing the Most High, because he needs all the high reverence and honor and respect that he is due. Proverbs 1:7. And it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And you will despise this wisdom and instruction that I'm giving to you today in love. Telling you to love yourself 100. Natural and raw. Coming as you are. You are so beautiful. Why are you rejecting that truth? Anyway, I really hope this video helped you to want to look into yourself, to go to the Father, to go to the altar of your heart and ask him to fix you. Give you new eyes to see your true beauty that the world has torn down. Anyway, blessings to you and your family.